customary, we will begin with the school prayer by Malati. Malati?
I forgot to unmute. Oh,
Yeah,
hidden life. Oh, yeah, I'm audible? Yeah. Oh, hidden life, vibrant in every atom. Oh, hidden light, shining in every creature. Oh, hidden love, embracing all in oneness. May each who feels himself as one with thee know he is also one with every other.
Thank you, Malati. We will now begin with the Gayatri Mantra. Over to you, Malati.
Right. Om Bhurбhuvah Swaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Na Prachodaya. Om Bhurбhuvah Swaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Na Prachodaya. Om Bhurбhuvah Swaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Na Prachodaya. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Asato Ma Satgamaya Tamaso Ma Jyotirgamaya Mrityoma Amritangamaya. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.
Malati, we now have
Welcome.
We have the Zoroastrian prayer by Frini.
Thank you. Shri Pak Dadar Avramazdani Madad Hojoji. Gorje Kore Avajiad, Pak of Shunya Shahe Faredun, Vapak Beram Yazet Panabad, Ham Jartush Ti Madadgar, Ham Papi Negedar, of Shunya Shahe Faredun, Vapak Beram Yazet Madadgar. Yatha Ahu Varyo, Yatha Ratush, Ashat Chit Hacha, Banghe Ush, Dazdau Maningo, Shaute Nanam, Angyus Mazdai, Shatrem Chai, Ahurai, Aim, Dregopyo, Dadatavasta Rahem, Yatha Ahu Vairyo, Yatha Ratush, Ashat Chit Hacha, Vange Ush, Dazdau Maningo, Shaute Nanam, Angyus Mazdai, Shatrem Chai, Ahurai, Aim, Dregopyo, Dadatavasta Rahem, Ashem Vahu, Vaishtam Vasti, Usta Asti, Usta Ahmai, Yadeshai, Vahishtai Ashem, Sarosh Yazad Nipana Hojoji. Thank you.
Thank you, Frini. We now have the Christian prayer by Deepti John.
Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us today our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. Lead us not unto temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory, forever and ever. Amen.
Thank you, Deepti. And now we have the Sikh prayer by Gulu.
Ikwan ka Satnam Karta Purkh Nirbhav निर्वैर अकाल मूरत अजोनी सैभं गुर प्रसाद जप आद सच जुगाद सच है भी सच नानक हो से भी सच सोचे सोच न होवई जे सोचे लखवार चुप चुप न होवई जे लाए रहा लिवतार बुखिया बुक न उतरी जे बन्ना पुरिया भार सहस्या पालख होवई त एक न चले नाल किव सचियारा होइए किव कूरे टूटे पाल हुक्म रजाई चल रहा नानक लिखिया नाम वाहिगुरु जी दा खालसा वाहिगुरु जी दी फतेह बोले सो निहाल सत श्री अकाल
Thank you, Gulu. And now we come to the main program. We have with us Nalini, who will be talking on Sai Vibronics. And I request Deepthi to kindly introduce our esteemed speaker. Over to you, Deepthi.
Yeah, thank you, Sajani. S. Nalini, just a second. Our speaker for today is S. Nalini. S. Nalini came into the fold of Sri Sathya Sai Baba in 1969. At the age of 14, she delivered a public speech in his divine presence in 1973 at Brindavan, Whitefield, Bangalore. She was personally chosen by him as a student of the summer course in Brindavan in 1977. In college, she was a member of the National Social Service as advised personally by Sri Sai Baba. Nalini, a postgraduate in public administration, joined a nationalized bank and rose up to the level of assistant in building a temple for Sri Sai Baba in 2003 at Lal Chand Basti, which became a center for Sai activities. After her retirement in 2017, she started Sai Vibronics practice. She is now a senior vibrionics practitioner with international certification. She has given free treatment to more than 1,300 people. Many of her case histories have been published in the Sai Vibrionics newsletters. She is also the secretary of Sri Sathya Sai Pedavali Sri Raman Trust. Well, I'm happy to welcome on behalf of the School of Ancient Wisdom, Ms. S. Nalini.
Thank you, Deepthi. Thank you so much. And now it's over to you, Nalini. We can't hear. Kindly unmute yourself.
You're muted, ma'am.
Kindly unmute yourself.
Thank you, Deepthi, for the
Welcome.
nice introduction that you have given. Thank you, Sajani,
Thank you.
and the School of Ancient Wisdom for giving me this opportunity to speak about Sai Vibronics. At the outset, my humble pranams at the divine lotus feet of my most beloved Bhagavan, Sri Sathya Sai Baba. Loving greetings to all of you to listen to this Sai Vibronics introduction.
Can you talk a little louder?
Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
Hear you, but the volume is a little low, a little higher. Nalini,
Okay, yeah.
get the mic closer. Okay. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'll do that 1 second.
We can't hear Nalini.
Yeah. Can you hear now?
Yes, it's a little better, but Yes.
Okay. Okay, my loving greetings to all of you. And today's topic is on Sai Vibronics. What is Sai Vibronics? First of all, let us know what is vibronics. Vibronics is vibrations plus radionics. It is called Sai Vibronics because Sri Sathya Sai Baba had extended his guidance and support in bringing into existence the 108 combos, and which is the main important tool for giving the vibronics treatment, and also a small machine called Sairam Healing Vibration Potentizer. I would like to first show this and then get into the details of everything about vibronics. This is the 108 common combos. It is kept in a box, in a plastic box. And each of these will be like this. This is a combo. And we call it as a combo because what is required for the treatment of this, for example, say it is ulcers. This bottle that I have taken at random, it says that it is ulcers. Okay? This liquid.
Madam, can you be little louder?
Yeah. This liquid that is given as drops to the patients is not made of just one substance, but it has got a series of substances, number of substances, maybe about 30 substances, which are required to prepare this combo. So it is called as a common combo. Like this, there are 108 types of combos, which can treat any kind of ailment or any kind of disease or any kind of disorders in our human body or animal body or even the plant body. I just want to introduce the tools that we are using, and then I'll go into the subject. This is called as a potentizer. It's called as Sairam Healing Vibration Potentizer. It has got two wells in it. There is a meter in it, and there is a very powerful magnet in it. Let us know only up to this right now, and then we will go into the subject later on. These are the cards. There are 576 cards in this box. 576. For example, if I take this card, it has got a specific geometrical design in it. And there are there is something written on this. In this particular card, if you take, it is card number 1, Sairam card number 1. And this is used for amoebic dysentery. I will tell you how we are using all these things to bring about the cure for any disease or ailment. Just to see this card, there are 576. All will be round like this, but then there will be different, the number of circles, the number of pointers. Can you see the pointers in this? These will differ. So, on only these are the things that we are using. One is that 108 combos, another is the potentizer, and the third one is the cards. So all these are interlinked. Now I said that Vibrionics is nothing but vibration plus radionics. Now what happens is,
Sorry to interrupt.
creation.
Can you be a little louder, madam? Sorry to interrupt.
Yeah, I am trying my level best to be louder, but I don't know what happened to this. It was listed to be higher. Let me see. 1 second. Let me put it in the. Can you just bear with me?
If the volume you can increase, Nalini.
Yeah, that's what I.
Do you think you can increase the volume? Or is Aniket there? He can help you out. Aniket?
Please there.
Ma'am, 1 second. Ma'am, your mic is below your neck position, so that is the reason we are not able to hear you. So can you just hold your mic bit low?
Hold your mic with your hands.
Yeah.
It should be closer to your mouth, Nalini.
Bring the mic, yes, closer.
The one, that is on the right side of your ear,
Yes.
the gadget on your wire from your earphones, you put it closer, you hold it up to your mouth and then speak, it will come much clearer. That's super.
That's better.
You are muted, ma'am. You are still on
We
mute.
can't hear. Unmute yourself, please.
No, ma'am, still the voice is not audible.
We can't hear you, Nalini.
It's totally gone actually now.
Ma'am, just plug out the earphone once and plug in, ma'am. And keep the mic near your mouth.
Right now?
Can you hear?
It's still soft, but that's okay. Still soft.
Can I use this use system setting high definition? That's what he asked me to do, and I've done it.
Just hold the mic closer to your mouth and then I think it will be better.
Nalini, you speak. It's okay if it's soft now.
Okay.
We'll just
You
go
can hear
ahead.
now? You can hear now?
We can hear, but it's okay. Just go ahead with the volume you have.
Okay. So, in creation, everything is made of energy. And how that energy comes? When the matter vibrates, whether invisible or visible, whether moving or immobile, all these, they have their own vibrations. When they vibrate, energy is produced. This energy creates a field around the substance that is vibrating. We are human beings and we are not aware that we are vibrating. But actually, every cell in our body is vibrating. And we are creating a magnetic field around ourselves. this magnetic field, it can be measured, the vibrations. Actually, it is vibrations which is creating this magnetic field. It can be measured and it can be mapped. So, in its original state of creation, there is a certain measurement of each and every vibration, and a map also, a geometrical pattern which has been created, that also is specified. Now what happens is, when everything is in the created state, in the purest form, everything functions very normally, rhythmically, and with no disturbance. But when a thought enters, it can have a profound effect on the magnetic field. What happens is, the magnetic field gets disturbed. When it gets disturbed, the vibration changes, the measurement changes, the map changes, the pattern changes. So in our body or in any creation, it is not only the physical body that we have. We are made up of so many other bodies also, which is invisible to our naked eyes. These are called as subtle bodies. Interpenetrating with the physical body, the subtle body, which is interpenetrating with the physical body, is called etheric body. Actually, it is this etheric body where the disease or any ailment, it is not in the physical body. In the subtle bodies, in the etheric body, which is also a subtle body, there are 3 layers. That is, one is life sheath, another one is mental sheath, the other is buddhi sheath. In our ancient, learnings that we have, we are still following it. They say that we are not the physical body alone. We are, that physical body is called as Annamaya Kosha, then Pranamaya Kosha, Manomaya Kosha, Vijnanamaya Kosha. There is one more, the highest thing is Anandamaya Kosha. We are not going to talk about Anandamaya Kosha now. Because any disease that comes is registered in the mental sheath. So from the mental sheath, what happens? It enters into the physical body. Mind is not inside the body alone. It is interpenetrating from the other subtle bodies that we have. The magnetic field that we are creating around our body. For some people, it will be very near the magnetic field, but for some people, it will be very far away. If you see a very holy person, purest person in his thoughts, words, and deeds, or the very avatars, or whatever it may be, they have a very vast magnetic field. That is why we touch their feet, do namaskar, and we prostrate them. Why? Because the energy from the purest person or purer than ourselves, that energy gets transferred to us. That is why we touch the feet of elders or the well-wishers, because they have that positive energy. Now, as I said, the thought can affect the electromagnetic field, that is the aura, what we call nothing but it's an aura. Through this electromagnetic field, the energy, a web of energy, it's created, and they are connected with the organs of the body, each and every organ of the body. These energy centers are called as chakras. Each chakra is connected to different organs of the body. Like you have heart chakra, you have base chakra. If you call it, there are 7 major chakras, that is Mooladhara, Swadhisthana, Manipur, Anahata, Vishuddha, Ajna and Sahasrara. These are connected with the chakras which are actually in the subtle body, not in your physical body. The nervous system gets activated because of the energy which is coming from the subtle body, from these web of energies, which is called a chakra. From there, this nervous system gets activated. So in Vibrionics, what we do is that we give importance to the mind, because mind is a thinking machine. So whenever any thought comes, it can create positive energy or it can create negative energy, or you can call it can create a positive effect or a negative effect. When there is a negative effect, there is an imbalance in the energy field, and the organ which is connected to that particular physical body, that gets disturbed. What Vibrionics does is it brings about the balance in the chakras, that is the energy centers. So there are so many cards, as I told you, and combos are also there, catering to the various diseases. Now, how it happens? For example, suppose somebody is having some throat problem, some infection has come. Then what happens is, this throat is attached to the throat chakra. Infection is here. By treating the infection here, actually the energy which is given, the vibration which is given for the throat, it goes into the throat chakra, and then it heals the chakra, brings about the balance where there was imbalance, and then it gets cured. Actually, the disease or any ailment, it doesn't come to the physical body immediately. It comes into the subtle body first. It stays there for some time. Then it penetrates into the physical body. So, the mind, for example, I have to tell you very few examples which you may also be knowing. Suppose one of your very closest friend or a closest relative had said something to you, abusing you, or something, which has hurt you. What happens? You don't want to eat anything on that day, because you have absorbed whatever. Actually, it was he who was speaking. He has spoken. But what happened? Your ears have heard this. Your eyes have seen it. So what happens is, there is a medium between you and the other person who has hurt your feelings. And it has gone into your either conscious level or subconscious level. And then you are feeling very much why that person spoke like this to me. I love him so much, I love her so much, whatever may be. So it is this organ which is heard, and through the medium of air. So the invisible body, the invisible medium which is there surrounding us, carries those words, carries those energy with which those words have been pronounced, and that comes into us, and it affects our electromagnetic field of energy, our aura. Then what we do is we say that, oh, I have been hurt very much, I don't want to eat anything. But your organ, that stomach, at certain time, it produces the hydrochloric acid, you feel hungry, but then you don't want to eat. Then what happens is it creates some kind of reaction in your stomach. Then you get into ulcers, you get into vomiting sensation, or even when you want to eat after that, some indigestion happens, some acidity happens, something or the other will happen. So what is the basic cause for this? It is the mind. It is the mind which is absorbing that energy. So here in Vibrionics, what we do is that it is actually Vibrionics is called as a holistic treatment. It is a technique by which we are treating not only the physical body, but also your mind and other subtle bodies, the etheric body, which contains the three layers, as I said. So it treats all of them, and that is why it is called holistic treatment. It is physically, mentally, emotionally, and even spiritually. It brings about changes in the energy of your body. All the imbalances in the chakras, it balances and brings about the healing in its original form. Here, when you see this card, what I have said, this is, there are 576 cards like this. All these geometrical patterns have been extracted and it has been energized. Energized in the sense because it is taken from the very healthy organ. Very healthy organs, energy is absorbed and it is mapped. It is mapped and kept like this. See, some of the Hindus or even Muslims or any religion, they have their own symbols. That symbol is nothing but the energy which is mapped. For example, we have in Hindus, we have this Shri Chakra, we have this Om, we have so many things like that. They are nothing but the geometrical pattern. Here what happens is that when this card is inserted into this machine, there is a slot for this. One second. There is a slot here in this machine and we put this card in this. This machine is given only to the senior vibronic practitioners because it has to be done at a higher level. So we put this in this thing. This is for a particular person who's having amoebic dysentery. I've chosen this card and I put it here. And then I have a medium. The medium for Vibrionics treatment can be anything like water, pure water or distilled water. It can be ethyl alcohol. It can be sugar pills. It can be, sugar pills means like this. It can be vibhuti. It can be cream without perfume, like this, this. It can be this. What happens is I am transferring this the energy pattern in this, which is mapped already, and then it is inserted into the machine, and we set a meter for this because there is a meter which is written here. At what level we have to vibrate this one. So there are two wells in this. One is a sample well and another one is a remedy well. So we keep this, suppose I am absorbing the energy in the purest state of any organ that is required for the patient. Then what I do is I vibrate with that card by setting the meter and then keeping this in the remedy well. Then what happens is through the psychic energy, though that pattern gets transferred into this medium. It can be any medium, either water or, as I said, so many things like a cream without perfume, and or the oil, or it can be ethyl alcohol, neutral alcohol, anything it can be. So cetyl alcohol and neutral alcohol are prepared from the vegetables, and it is in the purest form. Seducing effect for those things, pure natural form. That's why it's called as neutral. So then when this is given to the patient, suppose I am giving this for the amoebic dysentery to the patient, and that person has to take in a method that I tell him how to add it with water or how to take it directly, then what happens is it goes into the body, and the vibrations and the energy that is required for that particular organ, for that particular disease, or to the particular ailment, that gets rectified. Suppose, a practitioner gives some remedy, a wrong remedy, say, then what happens is this doesn't have any side effect. It is drug free, it is chemical free, and it is given also free of cost to the patients. No money is charged for this, for any treatment from the Vibronics side. So what happens is, even if a wrong card is selected and put in, it is not going to affect the patient, because we are not perfect. What it does is that it goes and rectifies that particular chakra. It strengthens that particular chakra, even if it is not related to the particular ailment that the patient is telling. If it is not required, if the other organ by for which we have wrongly given the treatment, it will simply pass out of the body. It will not have any side effect. So this treatment, Vibronics treatment, is very safe and very effective. And why it is called as Sai Vibronics? Because Sri Sathya Sai Baba has personally guided and supported in bringing into existence this 108 combos, and also the potentizer, Sai Ram Healing Potentizer, in a small kit for doing this, which I have already shown to you. So another thing, we see that according to the Vibronics, mind is the most important, for us, because that is what is deciding, that is what is judging people, that is what is differentiating people, that is what is affecting people, that is what is also supporting people, that is what is also loving people, and that is what is also creating good energy in other people, and that is what is also not drawing away the energy from the people. That also causes the negative energy or the positive energy. So this mind has to be properly cultivated by everyone. Otherwise, all of us are one. We are all one. Why we are separated? Because of our mind. Otherwise, all the organs in a healthy form. So the same vibrations are there for everyone. So here what we look at from Vibronics point is that we are unique combination of energies. Each person has got unique combination of energies because it is associated with the subtle body, the etheric body, which has got the mind in it. Now, why do we do this service free of cost? Why are we not charging anything for this? Why it is done as a seva? The mind, Adi Shankaracharya in his composition has said, Mano Buddhi Ahankara chittani naham. Manas, the ahankar and chitta. All this form a mind actually. This mind, manas has got the tendency to waver. It always wavers. Something or the other it thinks. Something or the other it keeps on doing. It can never be silent. So, in the initial stage of any sadhana, when we are, any sadhana has got to do with the mind only first. Then what happens? This mind, which is having many thoughts, to cut those thoughts, it is said, do japa. That japa is advocated in all religions according to the form of God that each religion. So when we keep on doing the japa, we try to concentrate only on the japa, that nama, and we are not having any other thought. Any other thought we are not having. So thereby the mind gets purified. In buddhi, what happens is, by satsang, any satsang, we want to develop the knowledge about why, what is happening to us. Why are we what we are now? Why I am not like the other person? Why the other person is not like me? What is the connection between you and me? Who is God and who am I? How we are all related. And the analysis and by having this knowledge, we are trying to understand who we are and what we are supposed to do. From the single individual consciousness, we have to go into the higher cosmic consciousness. That is what the buddhi is. For this, the satsang is required. Chitta is the thoughts. Bundles of thoughts are coming. So what happens is that we have to do meditation so that no thought, we should come to a state of no thought. When there is no thought, what happens? There is no body. You go beyond the body. When you go beyond the body, then the mind gets stilled. Some people even attain the samadhi state. When you attain that state, what happens is you get to know many things related to how we are related to the creation, with so many things in this universe or in this world. The last one is that service, ahankar, mano buddhi, ahankar. So ahankar, because always, however we may be friendly with anybody, however maybe we are related to so many people, but still that I comes. You isolate yourself, and you isolate yourself even with your best friend sometimes, or with your relatives also. Why? Because the aham comes there. In many things we have that aham. So here when we are doing free service, when we are doing this service to the people, irrespective of their caste, creed or religion, we treat them all in the same way, because we know that they are made up of body, the physical body containing the organs in that, and also the mind and buddhi and everything, because that should have been in the purest state, but because of some thoughts and some misbehavior or some style of living, that these things have been disturbed. So we try to help them. We think that They are also like us. From individual consciousness, we get into the universal consciousness. We see the oneness in everybody. For example, if I go and sit for doing vibronic service, the poorest person will come, a handicapped person will come, a richest man also can come, anybody can come, but treat them all alike. And by doing this, we get into the universal consciousness. And we feel that we are all one. There is no separation in one. When the physical body may be different, but we have our own identity of the body and all that. But otherwise, we are all connected. We are all one. That is the basic underlying. Actually, this leads us into the self-realization. You don't isolate yourself. See the self. Self means it is not this small s, it is that higher s. That is the capital S. That self, which is there in everyone. For example, when you see the sunlight, when you see the sun is very, very, very far away from us, from the earth. But the rays of the sun is uniform on all the human beings, whether you are rich or whether you are poor, whether it is a dustbin or whether it is a very shining place. It falls equally on everyone. If you keep any bowl made of gold or silver or any metal, even it can be iron, but the image of the sun falls into everyone. So this is how that is also an energy, the energy which comes from the sun, equally on everyone without selfishness. Sun doesn't speak to us, but it does so many good things. Even if you tell thanks also, it's not bothered. Even if you abuse also, sun is not bothered. It has to go on doing. Some may curse the sun, some may praise the sun. But that is what about, as we see what is in the child. So this is the main underlying principles of Sai Vibronics. And this I started in 2000, after my retirement in 2017, been treating people. So far, more than 1,300 people I've given treatment to. Various type of people, various diseases, various ailments. Everything is, something unique. And I was also very surprised to see so many things, but still, people dress up nicely, they come. Self is suffering. So actually, as Sajani had hinted some time back, we are experiencing this COVID, and there has been now 3 levels of COVID. The 3rd level is not yet picked up. The first and second one has been very, very severe. In the first time when it had come into India, and when people suffered, and there were so many deaths happening, there were different restrictions, there were different rules and regulations. And when somebody has used to have COVID, attacked by COVID, they would put one bar or some barricade in front of their house and make everybody know that that person is having COVID. Very bad, very sad. But what happened is, to one of my friends, I would like to give one small example as how when you invoke the higher energy, in my case, it is Sai Baba. Miracles can happen because you are not praying for yourself. You are praying and you are treating somebody on behalf of the Creator. We don't claim that we are doctors because we are only an instrument in the hands of Baba. Baba cannot come and sit in each and every place and go on giving treatment to the people. So, he is working through us. That is what we always think, and that is how we function. So, when we have that, then whether somebody abuses, whether somebody appreciates, whether somebody wants to do some Thanksgiving or anything, we don't take anything because we have been only an instrument. It is He who is the doctor. It is He who is curing the people. Because these energies nobody can see. Only the Creator has made it invisible, like Himself. We cannot see the Creator. We cannot see certain very, very important things which work for our life. For example, the air that we breathe. Nobody has seen. The light that comes, the wind that blows, nobody has seen. The light comes because certain power is given to the eyes to see that light. Do you mean to say that when night comes, there is no light? There is light. There is light, but we cannot see it. People in America can see it when we cannot see it. When we can see, people in America cannot see. This is the way it has been done. But that doesn't mean that it has disappeared. It is there. Sun is always there. Not that he rises in the morning and he vanishes in the evening. Similarly, the moon or the stars. The faculties have been given to us to probe into to appreciate and to understand and to realize God. He has no specific name. Call him by any name. According to your religion, he is there. So in this case, what happened was, there is one lady, she was working for LIC, and suddenly she developed corona, the first corona. But before she developed this corona, 3 days before, she's a great devotee of Shirdi Sai Baba. She saw Baba in her house, and he was talking to her. Nobody else could see Baba in her house, talking to her and telling that, I will protect you. I will protect you. 3 times he said. And this lady could not understand. I'm quite all right. Why Baba is coming and telling that he would protect me? But after 3 days, suddenly she contacted COVID. And because of her, her husband and her daughter, all of them also contacted COVID. And those days, in the first wave, once the BBMP comes to know, they would come to the house and then take them by ambulance and admit them in the government hospital. So this was done for her. They had admitted. She was taken into the ICU, and her husband and her daughter were in another ward. One fine day, and she was not aware of Vibrionics or anything. One fine day, she is actually a close friend of my sister. It was night at 10 o'clock or 10:30. Her daughter called over the phone, and then she started crying. My sister was telling, why are you crying? My sister knows Vibrionics, and she would give the treatment. She just said like that. Then I was little disturbed by that. Then I told my sister, how can you say she is admitted in the hospital? And they will not allow anybody to go and give Vibrionics there. Or even if you happen to give it through the courier or anything, or through somebody also, they will not allow. Then why are you telling about Vibrionics, that too at this juncture when she is in the ICU? My sister told this to that daughter. First of all, Vibrionics, Satya Sai Baba has said that this is going to be the future medicine or the future treatment for everybody, be it human beings or plants or animals also. There are treatments for plants and animals also, and there are certain agricultural fields where they are giving Vibrionics treatment, and the crops are very. So now what happens is in this, my sister told my that daughter of her friend, like this is the situation. She said, Auntie, don't worry. My relative is a nurse here. So when the medicine comes, I will, nobody will object to it. So her relative came and I had prepared and I had given. So it went, and within a day, both the husband and the daughter, they recovered. But the daughter pretended as though, she's still having some effect of this, so that she wanted to be with her mother. Meanwhile, her mother's oxygen level was coming down. It was coming down to a very critical state that the doctors were saying that she would die at any time. She was just 59 years or so at that. So again she called and she cried over the phone. This is what has happened. I went and stood near Baba's thing, because in this 108 combos, in one of the combos, there is oxygen also in that, but I was not aware of that. I had not read about what are all the contents of each and every card. So what happened was, I went and stood near Baba's picture in my house, and I prayed, Baba, what can I do? They are dependent on me. What can I do? Then I got a prompt. Give exclusively oxygen. There is a card called oxygen in your box. You take that, vibrate that, and you give that one. I was thinking 576 cards are there. Where I will go and search for that particular card. Then I said, Baba, I don't know. Just help me. I'm taking your name. It's not for me. I'm helping somebody else. You are helping through me. So you please guide me like that. You won't believe it. I just opened that box of 576, just put my finger, just touched one card like that, and then I took up that card and I saw it was oxygen. Immediately, without wasting time, I prepared the oxygen combo. I sent it to them. And the next day evening, my sister called up to find out what has happened. And you know what reply she gave? I am sitting outside the ICU in a wooden chair or whatever it is. I am sitting outside the ICU. And my daughter is with me. Now the oxygen level has increased. I don't have any problem. The doctor is telling that I could be discharged the very next day. But just to see that the oxygen level is maintained, not just rise up, but it should be maintained at that level. So we said, you just wait for one more day and see. Then we waited, and finally all the three were discharged. And within, of course, 2 or 3 months, she took rest at home, and because of fear of getting infected again. But afterwards, she rejoined LIC She retired from that and now she is at home. All the three are hale and healthy. Now, this oxygen, which was vibrated at a particular measurement, it is called as, it was potentized at 30 C. The card said 6x, and I did it at 30 C so that the vibration of oxygen could be more. Even when other things are to interact with this energy. Subsequently, what happened? This particular thing was published in the Vibronics newsletter. There were so many calls coming to me, and one Sathya Sai organization, one Samiti is there in Alsur, and one of its members had contacted COVID, and that man was in the ICU, very, very critical condition. So I told his wife, he has got 2 children. I told his wife, don't worry, you take this, because looking at the other case, I gave at 30, but it was not working for him. And that girl started crying, that is his wife. Auntie, I want my husband. I want my husband to live. Don't worry. In front of her, I gave all the confidence and the energy. But in my house, I pray to Baba. What, Baba? Now, if this thing is not going to work on him, the doctors are saying that he may die at any time. What can I do? 30 C is not working. He said, rise the potency. You won't believe I rose it to C. As against 6x, which was increased to 30 C, and now it was 200 C. It was, nobody was allowed to go into the ICU because COVID ICU is different from other ICU. So this was given along with some food which was sent inside. And since that man knew what was, he was in conscious state. So he was taking. I said, whatever may be, whether it is with water or directly, let him take. 4 days it took. He became the oxygen level, see, and the doctors came and told him, we were thinking he would die, but some miracle has happened. Doctors did not know that it was Vibrionics which has helped him. But what happened was, though the COVID had come down, was not there anymore, but he had developed infection in the lungs and in the heart. It is called, the after effect of COVID is called as ground glass opacity. It is like, like a honeycomb, the lungs have been perforated, the airbags have been infected with the virus, and the air which comes into the lungs would go and, like we have this faucet, like shower. The air which has to be restored inside the lungs was going and hitting the heart. So he had what is called as emphysema. The infection has spread to the heart. I said, what, Baba? What can I do? This is something very serious. Then I studied about this ground glass obesity. These are all the new terms after the COVID had come. Studied about it and also about the emphysema. Then I prepared the remedy according to that, which was given to him. And he was shifted from the COVID ICU to the normal ICU for 2 or 3 days. Then one day he was in the general ward, and after that, discharged. Now you won't believe, within a month's time, he started driving his own car from his house at C.V. Raman Nagar to Peenya Industrial Estate. Now he's perfectly all right. And they have given the whole family members paid their gratitude, Bhagavan Sri Satya Sai, for the miracles that are giving them another life. So there are so many things, a baby which is born with 6 holes in the heart was cured completely. A man with aged man, an auto driver, had blocks in the heart. And after taking the Vibronics treatment, all the blocks, actually he was already operated and he had some stents fixed in the heart. But then the doctor had told that he had 3 more holes, 3 more blocks, not holes, blocks. But those were removed. Those got eliminated completely by the Vibronics treatment. So this is the power of Vibronic treatment, because it is taking the natural energy created by God Himself, created Himself. It is being extracted and induced into the people, to work on certain organs which are dysfunctional. I can speak volumes about Vibronics, but what happens is that, you may have some questions or something, which I can.
Thank you, Nalini. That was good.
I hope I have made it very clear. If there is any confusion, if you have not understood anything, please let me know about it.
Right. Thank you. That was really nice. Those miracles you spoke about, excellent during COVID. And right now we open it up for any questions. If any of you would like to know anything about Vibrionics, kindly unmute and ask Nalini.
No, one obvious question is, I'm Janaki Ram. How does a person learn Vibrionics is one of the questions. And second one is, how do you choose which medium to use out of so many mediums you mentioned?
Yes, that's a very nice question. Actually, as I said in the beginning, Vibrionics is vibration plus radionics. This radionics, many inventions and discoveries were done by some of the foreigners. Like every cell vibrates. We have, this whole body is made of millions of cells. And the cells, again, every atom has got positively charged and negatively charged electrical particles. And when they merge, then what happens? Energy is released. And when these atoms, they join together, they form an organ, they converge and they form an energy. So the vibrational level of this atom is different from the vibration, or the cell is different from the vibration level, or the measurement of that organ. For example, the heart is having different type of different measurement. The lungs can have different measurement, and even the mapping, the pattern of vibration is also like that. Each organ is different. So they have found out that these vibrations can be mapped. There can be a pattern of energy which can be geometrically designed, just like Sri Chakra. It can be geometrically designed. That is what was the invention done by some of the foreigners, like Abram, Churd, have made many things. Then also they have found out that thought is like Swami Vivekananda used to say, that if you pelt a stone in a very calm water, waves are being formed. So likewise, the thought can affect the electromagnetic field, the aura of the person. You may think that I am only thinking, the other person doesn't know. So I think I may be cursing another person, or I may be telling some nonsense within myself. But what happens? This thought, it is not only making some holes, not only disturbing the energy pattern within me, but it disturbs the energy pattern in my aura. The other person is sometimes, if they are very spiritually evolved or whatever it may be, or they have a little power also, they can know that, oh, you are cursing me, you are doing something mentally. They can say like that. So here what happens is this vibrations and radionics can be measured, which they have found out. This is called both together vibrionics, vibrations plus radionics. Came to be known as Sai Vibronics because Baba, we believe that he is the creator. So he knows certain subtle energies, subtle vibrations. So he has guided Dr. Agarwal simply practicing vibronics. But he had guided him to prepare to come into existence this 108 combos. And also the machine. Earlier, they were having very huge machines, which can be, you need a lot of space. And people were not satisfied with that. Baba himself guided and supported. So it is called as Sai Vibronics. So how do we know what is the medium in which we can give? Usually, we give it in water. We give these pills. See, this is the bottle where it contains sugar pills. Sugar pills means it is not exactly sugar. It is, the finest, the very first form of extraction from the sugar. Then you can say it's not really sugar. So these balls, what happens? We put those vibrations. See, for example, this is the combo. It's the combo. We take this, we just put one drop. We just put, can you see me? Yeah, just one drop into this. For whatever ailments that you are telling me. Suppose you are saying that I am having migraine. I've got some family problems. I'm always worried. This is what one patient tells me. Then I should know what I should give. What are the combos that I should give? So I take this and then I put those drops. What is pertaining to the migraine? What is pertaining to your emotional, physical and emotional, mental and emotional problems? And what is required? What can be the what it can create when you have mental problem? What it can create to your, what disturbance it can create to your body organs. So for that also, okay, so this medium is the pills. Suppose, and we say that some people, they can take these pills directly into the mouth. Otherwise, we say that you put 5 pills in one bottle of water and about 100 ml of water, mix it, and you take that water in under the tongue, because under the tongue there is a hole through which saliva comes, and it can directly give the energy, immediate energy. There were certain miracles which happened in this when it was administered. Somebody could see vibration, the energy going straight on the spot, being cured. It happened in one small child's case, and also it happened in one elderly man's case. Also one college-going student. It had happened. So water is considered as you can also keep directly water in a container and then keep it in this potentizer also. But we don't keep metals because metal have different vibratory nature. So we always use plastic bottles, plastics. They are almost inert like. So water has good memory power. All of you must have known. So when you put in water, what happens is it is easily absorbed by your whole physical system. And the reaction can be much quicker. You can take it directly also, and through saliva also, it can go, it gets dissolved and it can. Some people, we give it in vibhuti. Suppose there is an external wound. Somebody had fallen down and had entertained some, some scratches, the skin is peeled off, something like that. In that case, what we do is we take, without perfume, any cream, and in that, what is required for these wounds and abrasions, we put that in that, so that that can be smeared on that particular affected part. Like that, there are certain mediums, certain things which are used. Some people have acute back pain or knee pain. What we do is we ask them to bring olive oil or mustard oil, and then we put the combos in that. And when you take and put it at the back on or in the affected part, like a knee or any place where there is a pain, the pain goes away. At least, every day you have to do till your energy levels, your chakras are balanced. Because locally also it will be given, external application also. So till those imbalances are rectified and balances made. Because see, sometimes acute and chronic diseases, it is called an acute and chronic. When it is 2 months, anything which is less than 2 months, we call it as acute. Anything which is more than 2 months, because the disease or the ailment has not been treated properly earlier, so it is spread more. When it spread more, then what happens? It becomes chronic. So for some people, it will be for years together. In any particular, like for example, cancer or anything, they come only in the last stage. But they expect a miracle to happen within 1 day or 1 month or something. In some cases, it can happen provided are meant in attunement with the creation. Have that purest thoughts. Forgive everybody. Everybody, every day, because they know not what they are doing. Can forgive.
Right.
If you want the happiness, you can be alone also, but without thought. Because thoughts will affect our electromagnetic field.
Yes.
I hope I have answered your question.
Thank you very much. Yes, definitely. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Nalini. There are 2 questions in the chat box.
I would like to ask also, ma'am.
Yeah, but I'll just read out the 2 chat box. One is, can you kindly share your mobile number and address to contact? The other is, madam, how to get these vibrionic composts medium? 2 questions in the chat box.
Yeah. My phone number and address, Sajani, you already have, I think.
Yes,
phone
yes.
number. You can immediately send my phone number to everybody, whoever wants it.
Okay,
And
I'll share your number, and then once they call you, then you can tell them where to meet you. You meet at different places, so you can tell them.
Yeah, I
Okay.
go to, as of now, I go to 3 places. One is that, Shirdi Sai Temple, that is ISKCON in Bangalore, in Lingarajapuram. There are about 4 or 5 temples in that premises, like in that complex it is. I go twice in month on first and third Thursday, where people come and it is
Devasana.
I also go to Satyasai Samiti in Alsur, that is just below the metro station. That I go once in a month, morning between 10 and 1. Also, I practice at my home because some people want to come home, and then that also I do. And at times there are, some people, one more Samiti is there in Kagadasapura. Sometimes when they call, I go. And a few people, they want truth courier, and that also I do. But generally, the first appearance is required because there is something called as initiation, and I put the first pill in their mouth. Afterwards, first, suppose if your house is very far away, first time you can meet me somewhere, and afterwards you can take it through Dunzo or Swiggy, or you can tell your improvements, whatever it is.
Right.
Work on.
Can you share your Can you share your number on WhatsApp, because I can't chat in the phone.
Yeah, WhatsApp.
Or you can tell me the number.
Ancient Wisdom WhatsApp.
Oh, just give your number, Nalini. Just give your number.
Okay, can you jot down 990?
Yes.
255.
Yes.
1946.
Yeah, thank you. 990
I want to tell is that anything that is very acute will get healed immediately, but anything that is chronic, that is more than, which has been made to develop, which has been unattended to, and the problem still persists, in such cases, it will take some time, like 3 months, 4 months, like, and one has to take it very religiously, because it is with the subtle energies of the creation of God. It has to take its own time to heal. And also we have to change the lifestyle. Suppose a person is going on drinking or going on smoking, some vices, Of course, there is a remedy for addictions. We remove any addiction we can remove, not only smoking or alcohol, any addiction we can remove. And then, that person, of course, he will not have the desire to take it, but still, if due to temptation, if he does it, then he has to check himself. His mind has to say, no, some lifestyles you have to change. Like, suppose somebody is having allergy, and then when we say that don't take cucumber and don't take something, oh, no, I like cucumber, but anyway, I am cured, so I can take. It is again going to harm you, because that is not suitable for your body structure, which is a unique, as I said, each person has got unique combination of energy.
Thank you so much, Nalini. I think there was one more person who said she wanted to ask a question. Who was that?
I'm Geeta ma'am from Mysore.
Ask your
Ma'am,
question.
you were telling about the charts, no, for the vibration, the cards. Is that same as the Sai Sanjeevani, ma'am?
I can't get you.
You told us there are 576 cards with the diagram.
Yeah.
With the diagram.
It is not sold anywhere. You have to it will be there only with the practitioners, and that too not all the practitioners. Senior vibronic practitioners will have that because this actually this machine, it is not, we don't get it free of cost. We have to pay nearly 25,000 rupees to get this machine, and they give these cards, 576 cards along with it. But our treatment to the people is free of cost. Any spend, even for these getting these type of bottles and the contents in it, for all these things we have to purchase from outside, but we never charge a single pipe from anybody. because we are doing it as God's work. God doesn't charge for anything. Only the government will charge for some items, but God doesn't charge. For your sunlight, for the breathe, how many times you are breathing, how much of air, oxygen is gone in or gone out, he is not charging. But if you want to buy an oxygen cylinder, you have to buy with your money. This is the difference between the human and we are doing God's work, so we don't charge.
Thank you. Anything else? Or should we wind up?
Is it Sai Sanjeevani?
House address?
No, you can get it. She's given the telephone number. Kindly call her and then she'll give it to you. Okay. Now, Nalini, I think what Geeta was asking was that what you are using, Vibrionics, is it the same as what a couple of years ago there was something called Sai Sanjeevani cards? Is there a difference or are they the same?
No. Sai Sanjeevani is also very helpful, but those cards are different, and the medium is Vibhuti in that.
Okay.
But this is actually, there also the principle of vibrations come.
Yes.
But here, the method of preparations, they are all different. But this is another thing I have to tell you is, it is practiced internationally in nearly 86 countries. So we have this International Association of Sai Vibronic Practitioners, that is IASVP, all it as. So I am a member of that, and most of the people who are in the second level, who are the practitioners, they become the member of IASVP. It is an international organization. The headquarters is in two places actually. One is in London, and another, because Dr. Agarwal lives in London, he and his wife, and also one in Puttaparthi. His own house in Puttaparthi, so there. And we are also coming out with a big building in Puttaparthi, exclusively for wellness and research center Vibrionics. They have just put a foundation during Vijayadashmi day, last Vijayadashmi, a few days before. And there are about 4,000 practitioners all over the world. There are about 4,000 practitioners.
Good.
And monthly newsletter comes where successful cases are being published by there is a team, just like in any organization, we have different departments. So we have this editorial departments also. I am one of the members in the editorial team of Sai Vibronic newsletters, and it goes internationally. And this is like, a layman can view those things in the website www.vibrionics.org. You can see the newsletters also. You can find out that, I'm having this kind of some unique problem, whether there is a remedy for that. Somebody would have given the remedy to that. But by what is published, case histories which are published there, when we read, what happens is that, oh, that person has cured this disease of that person. So I can also take the same combos and I can, if I don't know. If I know everything, my own case is getting published, some thousands of people will get to know what I'm using. That way we can say, for example, now this 200 C of oxygen throughout the world, many people, lakhs of people have been saved by this oxygen. And we also call this immune booster. Certain other things are also added to that, and that has become like a common formula for all the practitioners to give it for COVID affected people. And also COVID not only affected, even prevention also. And also post-COVID also.
That's wonderful, Nalini. Okay, are there any more questions or do we wind up?
Nalini, Nalini, these pills which you use, are they same as the homeopathic pills?
No, see, what happens is the shape of the pills is homeopathy pills like. It will look like. But what drop we add, homeopathy is different, and what we use in Vibrionics, it is different.
Okay.
Actually, a person who's taking Ayurvedic or homeopathy, they cannot take Vibrionics. As long as if that is helping them, if homeopathy is helping them, they should continue with that. If Ayurvedic is helping them, they should continue with that. We don't put down any technique of healing, whether or any therapy. We don't put down anything. We don't say Vibrionics is great. But if you are comfortable with homeopathy or Ayurvedic, you can continue. But if you are not finding any much relief from those things, you can always come to Vibrionics. But there should be a gap of 3 days before which you should have stopped that. Because the vibrations of those treatment, healing ingredients that they are putting, we do not know what is the measurement of those remedies. There are many people who have given up Ayurvedic and this thing, especially people with autoimmune problems. Autoimmune problems are genetic problems. They come because of the karma. Actually, we're not supposed to talk about karma, but it comes with hidden ailment through the genes, because we are born in certain circumstances because of our karma. Like you are not born in my house, I am not born in your house.
Okay.
So, like that, no, we are put in certain families according to our karma.
Right.
So even certain ailments like autoimmune problems, but they can be cured, because when the cure will come, when the karma is getting over, that you go and seek that particular treatment, and by the grace of God, you get cured. Suppose you have been suffering for 10 years or 15 years, you would not have known where to go, what to do and all that. But when the time is ripe, that your karma, you have suffered sufficiently, now you do go. God will guide you. Go and take that treatment. That's how the guidance comes.
Yeah. Very true. Very true. That's when they say a guru comes to you when you're ready for it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Thank you. Yeah. Thank you, Nal.
It all comes because of the purification of our mind, our intentions, our thoughts, words, and deeds.
Yeah.
You have to have check on all the three: thoughts, words, and deeds. It should be one. If you are one, you are a Mahatma.
Yes.
Usually we are not. We think something, we speak something, and we do something. It all, we are not Mahatmas.
One more question, Nalini ji. Suppose you take Vibhuti by chanting Sai Gayatri. Will that also help?
Sure, why not? Because, see, whenever we chant, I would like to help you people. You may be knowing, but why this, when we go to a temple or a church or any place where prayers are given by different religions, whatever may be, we don't differentiate, because for us, religions are all just one means to attain the main goal of self-realization. This is, we are all one. We are all one. We are different only in bodies because of the mind.
Yes.
And because of our karmas. Here, what we do is, whenever you chant any God's name, keep one tumbler, not tumbler, glass, because tumbler means it is a conductor of heat and energy and electrical vibrations.
Yeah.
So don't use any this thing, what to say. You can keep, of course, silver or gold also, because that vibration is the purest vibration. So in that you can keep, like in temples they keep, and they keep water. They utter Vedic chanting, or they some prayer. What, even in your house also, if you chant Gayatri also, you can keep that water. It gets energized. Not only by chanting, every cell of your body gets energized, provided you are not thinking of anything else while you're chanting. You should have 100% concentration only on the Gayatri and the significance of Gayatri and the meaning of Gayatri. Connect with that. And then apart from that, when you are having this also, because as I said, we are not just physical body, we are surrounded by the subtle body also, and our magnetic field is it increases, especially when you are sitting in prayer, the magnetic field increases, goes beyond. There is one simple machine in Reiki or something they show, you can easily, when you are having good thought, your vibration can be seen, very far, meters away from you.
Yeah, Baba had that. Miles
Now
of.
what happened is, now when you chant this, these vibrations are absorbed by that water, pure water. You can drink that. So
Okay.
why do we keep vigrahams? Why do we keep idols or pictures of any form of God? Or even some symbols also? Because psychic energy is produced from that. We are chanting, and that gets absorbed. Suppose you are having a vigraham or a photo or a cross or a, Muslims, they have this moon and the star. They have that picture, whatever it is. When you're chanting, that absorbs your energy. And when you go near it, get that energy. That is the significance of even temples. In temples, what they do is, there is one, they call that, now I'm forgetting the name, for the thunder and other things, lightning and all, it pulls the cosmic energy. And then there is a wire which goes into the Moola Vigraham. So that energy is absorbed from the cosmos and it goes into that Vigraham and it is energized. When we go, we absorb that energy. Sometimes we also give energy by circumambulation. Not only we get, like our subtle body, etheric body, there is interpenetrating energies. From there you get energy, your energy also.
So much, Nalini. I think we've come to the end of the program now.
Yeah.
It was extremely interesting. Thank you so much for sharing this. And there were so many questions, so you know how everyone has been really happy with it. We look forward to having you shortly. Now, I request Mr. Janaki Ram to kindly propose a vote of thanks, which will be followed by the Loka Samasta by Malati. Over to you, Mr. Janaki Ram.
Thank you, Madam Nalini. Yes.
Thank you.
Yes. It was a very, very clear presentation. And considering it was an online presentation, you did an exceedingly very good job. Made all the participants clear about Sai Vibronics. And you had shown promise at a very young age. And may be permitted to say you are a role model of what Maslow said about self-actualization. So I also thank Sajani and Swati and other organizers for making this program. And you can see the way time itself now nearly 8:15, how much interest you generated. And you are doing such a noble free service for healing. May we all be blessed by listening to you, and may Sai's blessing be on all of us. Thank you so much.
Thank you very
Thank you
much.
so
And
much.
I also thank all the participants for attending and showing keen interest in learning more. Now I leave it to my spouse, Malati.
Janaki Ram, and it's over to Malati for the Loka Samasta.
Yes.
Kindly send out the right kind of vibrations to everyone in the
I would
globe
like to
for
just
love
say
and
only
healing.
one thing. I don't want to take any credit for whatever has been done, because I always believe that one thing everybody can think about it, to tell your own names. And then just realize how many times you opened your mouth, how many times you took your tongue up and down to pronounce your own name. We do not know. Suppose I have to say, Sajani, how many times I took my tongue up and down. I didn't do with my hand. Why the tongue is moving up and down? Why the lips are closing and opening? For each word, different types, different places the tongue goes and sits. For each word, we are opening and closing our lips in a different manner. Who's doing it? We are not aware of it. So everything is to our Creator. So even though we may be, for ordinary parlance, we may be saying things, but it is God who's speaking through me to all of you. It's Baba who's speaking through me to all of you. And all of your presence here, different energies which are sitting here and benefiting from the talk would be a rich gratitude that we can give it to. I thank all of you. I thank the Ancient School of Ancient Wisdom for giving me this opportunity to be with you all, to talk to you all, exchange our the information that we have about this creation.
Thank you, Nalini. And we look forward to having you once again. All right. It's over to you now, Malati.
Yes. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Tat Sat Brahmarpanamastu.
Malati. And I'd like to tell all of you that next Thursday, we have the role of art therapy by an art therapist, Roshni Bhatia. Okay, I think you can see it up there. This is it, the role of art therapy by Roshni Bhatia. So kindly join again at 6:30 next Thursday. We have Swami Chidanand speaking and also Mr. Krishnapani speaking on Saturday. So please join us. All of you are on the WhatsApp. So this will be put on the WhatsApp and we look forward to all of you joining us. Thank you once again, everyone, for being with us. And thank you, Nalini. Goodbye. All the best.
Thank you, Nalini ji.